how's it going? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we're going to be discussing the Wren Eleanor account. I have done a video on this before and it is quite a heavy-handed, difficult discussion to have. It's not a lot of fun to discuss, but it's something that is so unbelievably important. And it's something that really needs to be spoken about, especially over here on YouTube. There's not really a lot of discussion about it, but I really wanted to do a follow-up video because I did say that I'd be keeping a closer eye on it, and there have been certain things that have been happening. There's been a lot of recent content that I've come across which I find particularly troubling. There's this whole Kurt Mills situation, which I do want to explain.
Someone named Danielle, I will put her video here, came onto TikTok and was talking about how she fell down the Pinterest rabbit hole because of the drama that's going on with Wren Eleanor and her account.
When I started doing my own digging, I just fell down the Pinterest rabbit hole and I found a man named Kurt who commented on a picture of Wren from Wren Eleanor saying cute. So I clicked on his profile. And then I clicked on his saved, where it shows all of the pictures that he has saved. And it's just little kids just doing little kid things.
And there's a lot of like hubbub going over on TikTok, and not a lot of it really drowns, not a lot of it really flows over to YouTube. So I just want to clarify and just explain a little bit about what's going on. So if you don't know about Wren Eleanor, basically Wren Eleanor is the little girl, is a two to 3 year old little girl, and her mum Jacqueline runs a TikTok account that is just called Wren Eleanor. Going on, she's got like 17.1 million followers. If you want to see the exact breakdown of why this channel is extremely problematic, I will just leave the original video. Basically, she has this account where it's just her child, and she puts her child in extremely vulnerable situations. She has a lot of puddlephiles watching her, and that's not me just saying it, just throwing out a blanket statement. I'll leave some comments left and right, or you can go and watch my original video. These people will comment the most obscene things. Wren Eleanor has been found on puddlephile websites. There are known puddlephiles actually watching and commenting on her things, like the Kurt Mills, the original Kurt Mills. Really disturbing, and the situation just worsens with some of the newer content that I found. And yeah, I just want to get into it, and also get into the whole Kurt Mills thing. Throughout this, I will leave things left and right. I would much rather not read out some of these comments, because some of these comments come from the absolute pits of hell. It's disgusting, and why, like I say, there's been a lot of discussion over on TikTok, and some people don't see what's the matter with it. So what Jacqueline has done, so Jacqueline basically went, the last time we saw her, she had taken down the comments. She'd just gotten rid of them. And the thing is with taking down the comments is that it doesn't stop the fact that really nasty men are watching her content. That doesn't stop it. That doesn't absolve the problem. That just hides the fact that other people who are new to the channel can't actually see what is happening. Some of the things that these men say are grotesque, are disgusting, are abhorrent. It's like when you actually go and you see these compilations that people have made, or you go on the subreddit page, which I've done quite a lot, and you read some of these comments that are left, it's horrible. Like, you feel this disgusting weight in your chest and you just want to do something about it. She went and she took down her comments, and she has a whole heap of new followers watching her. She does this whole bit on her channel where she actually gets Wren to eat food. So she gets her to try out all of these different foods online. And then you have these disgusting commenting on Wren eating like a hot dog or eating various different things. And it's completely unnecessary. It's like, why would anyone find entertainment in that? I don't understand. Maybe I'm just missing out on that part of my brain that's supposed to find toddlers eating hot dogs entertaining, but I just don't understand it. I don't know, maybe I'm just not the target audience, but I just don't understand why any adult would want to follow a child's TikTok account. I don't know, I find it weird. It's just completely disturbing. So yeah, so like I say, some people just don't even see what the issue is. One commenter saying, I don't understand why people are mad. Why is she not allowed to post Wren, but Lily is allowed to be posted, Scotch and Vodka and all the others? And she's referring to the other mums who post things. And yeah, like, once again, it isn't great. However, I think the main difference is with like Maya Knight and Wren for Jacqueline, her mum, for example. I just want to say that I'm not aware of like all the different TikTok mums. I know there are some out there who do just literally just use their child, but in this circumstance, I'd say the difference between like Maya Knight and Jacqueline is that Jacqueline literally just has and Maya Knight might do this as well. I'm not 110% clued up on her content, but I do know that like Wren Eleanor is literally just the child. It's nothing to do with the mum. It's literally just a whole TikTok, which up until recently was mostly just her child. It wasn't like documenting what the mum was doing. It wasn't really anything to do with the mum. It was just videos and compilations and skits or whatever just with her child. So I think that is where the difference is. And then also it's just a level of exposure that Wren has, but I could be wrong because like I say, I don't know a whole lot about the ins and outs of Maya Knight. Just if you look at both the profile pages, you can just see that there is a definite difference. Up until recently, Jacqueline didn't massively appear in any of the TikToks, and now all of a sudden she's starting to appear a lot more. Her comments are turned back on. Someone else said, exactly, when did letting your child eat food become selling your child? I just want to point out there's nothing the matter with children eating food, but it's like, why? Whether you like it or not, if you have a child eating a hot dog, okay, and this isn't me being sick in the head, this is me literally telling you guys because there are comments which prove my point from these horrible people, is that there are people out there, and Jacqueline will know this, she will know this, because she would have seen those comments because everyone else has seen them and she did nothing about it. But like, people are sick, and some people like watching kids eat food, especially food that looks a certain way. And I'm sorry, that sounds twisted, but when you then put it side by side with all of the comments that she's ever gotten saying and praising her mum for letting her child do this and stuff, another person said, I think it's jealousy and victim blaming, to be honest. Victim blaming, I'm so confused. These people just, I don't understand. These people must literally live underneath a rock, because there's no way you can take a look at all of the evidence stacked up against the mum and think, yeah, that mum's doing a really great job. I actually saw this recent video which completely shocked me, of Jacqueline filming her little girl, and it was I can't remember, it was like a challenge video that's not funny, like not funny at all, where she basically threw a piece of cheese at her child and then recorded her reaction.
Your toddler's face and see how they react.
So surely enough, I've seen this video and I can't believe this video is still around. She's basically video recording Wren sitting on the floor smiling, and then the mum then comes along, and I don't mean just lightly tosses, she full on like threw this piece of cheese at her child, like full on just threw it, and you could hear it going, and then Wren then started crying and holding her arms up, and the mum just carried on videoing. I promise you, it was the sickest thing. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting, and I can't believe how that is even allowed on YouTube, or not YouTube. I can't believe that's even allowed on TikTok. I can't believe that's even a thing. Why is that even a thing? And surely enough, I'm not the only person who is saying this. Some people who just don't deserve children. That's so mean. Why would you do that? It's the first time I've seen her cry. She looks and was fully betrayed by the one person who should protect her. This is exactly what I thought. And you guys might be thinking like, oh, that's a complete overreaction. She full on threw this piece of cheese at this child's face. Like, why would you ever do that to film to get a reaction? What are you doing? Like, what are you doing? It's disgusting. I'd never chuck anything at my child. She literally, the child was sitting there happy as Larry, and then the mum comes along and lobs a piece of cheese at her face. And then she then starts crying, and instead of going and comforting her child, she just records it. How is that good parenting? How is that something that should be allowed online? It's disgusting. She's literally looking up at you grinning in anticipation, then whack right upside the face. She's literally hit her with cheese. You're supposed to do it calmly. And then one person said, I used to be a webcam model and guys paid me to do this to myself. That's disturbing. All kids deserve parents, but parents who exploit their children knowing she's been posted to CP sites, which is child, don't deserve children. Another thing which really grinds my gears before we get onto this whole Kurt Mills thing that she keeps on doing, actually, it's one of her latest things, is doing what I dress my child up in and then versus what my grandma does. And the weird thing is that all of the outfits that Jacqueline posts Wren up in are extremely skimpy, and this isn't me sexualizing a child. Like, this isn't me sexualizing a child. I feel stupid even saying that. It's the fact that she dresses her up in extremely tight, revealing crop tops, like, you know, like the kind of Chelsea boots kind of thing, like in a much more teenager slash older, like adult version of a child, and I think it's wrong. And then the grandma then dresses her up in things that are like actually suitable so the child can actually roll around. We're not talking about like a 6 or 7 year old, we're literally talking about a 2 or 3 year old. I'm not quite sure which one, but we're literally talking about a tiny little girl who's being dressed up in these revealing ass outfits, and then her grandma then dresses her up in something that's a bit more like, you know, that you can actually play in. Like, I don't understand. Like, the thing is that Jacqueline has been doing these sort of like outfit changes for a little while. She knows that her child is on these sites. She must know, because everyone tells her. She deletes comments where people tell her these things. And she knows that she's exploiting her child.
Anyone see this video before it was deleted? This one here, where Jacqueline apparently addresses the hate comments. I just want to say it's not hate comments. People being genuinely concerned about a child who they feel is being exploited on this app. That's not hate comments. That's child safety. That's child advocacy. That is concern for a little girl. As we should be, because there's millions of grown men following that child, as the video linked in my captions will show you.
She went away on a recent trip with her friends, and I think they're all TikTokers as well, and they all stood in front of the camera and they said, like, it was written above the screen, like saying one thing that people don't like, that people hate on you for, or something a bit like that. And then her thing was, I exploit my child. And it's like, she knows that people say all of these things about her. I mean, she must do, but she literally doesn't care. This isn't just a circumstance of, oh, there might be some weirdos watching. No. This is a repetitive cycle of disgusting men commenting disgusting things, like really disgusting things. You know, known pedophiles actually going and sharing the content, people finding it on these disgusting websites, like her content being pinned in these disgusting reels that these men make, and all. Like, the thing is that it's such a known fact, and her mum doesn't care, and that's the reason why I keep on talking about it. There is a man, right, by I think the original TikToker, I think her name was Danielle or Danielle maybe. So she basically did a video, and she was saying that she's basically against the whole Wren Eleanor channel, and so she basically went on to, I think it was the liked, or like basically Kurt Mills commented something or liked something, and went and clicked on it, and then basically went and clicked on his page, and then she went down this huge rabbit hole with this Pinterest, and I will just leave the video here.
Stop and listen. I have just stumbled down a rabbit hole that I wish I never had. Ignorance is bliss. It really is. But as a parent, when you know better, you need to do better. I'm sure we have all seen the videos circulating around about like Wren Eleanor and all of that just mess. But then I started doing my own digging. I just fell down the Pinterest rabbit hole and I found a man named Kurt who commented on a picture of Wren from Wren Eleanor saying cute. So I clicked on his profile. And then I clicked on his saved, where it shows all of the pictures that he has saved. And it's just little kids just doing little kid things. He has videos saved of a little baby, probably 10 months old, just from the legs down walking. Something that we would see as so innocent. Little kids' feet, and hundreds of little girls doing gymnastics. You guys, I get it. I have seen the arguments of, well, I should be allowed to post what I want of my child or let my child dress how they want to because it's not our fault. We shouldn't be sexualizing them. It's the creep's fault, and I agree. But the fact of the matter is they are out there and they are not leaving anytime soon. And it is your job as the parent to protect your child. They can make their own decisions when they're older, but while they're young and innocent, it is your job to protect them from that. Mom Uncharted put it perfectly when she said, if you knew there were creeps at a water park and you knew that they were there and watching, but you didn't know who they were, would you still bring your child to that water park? And the answer better be no. Guys, most of these pictures that I just found are innocent. There was a video of 2 little boys playing a video game, and they started smacking their own bottoms because that's what one of the characters in the video game was doing, and he had that saved on his board. A toddler pointing to her toes, he had saved. A baby learning how to walk. An infant. I think that we forget sometimes that these creeps are not looking for children who look more mature. They want them just how they are.
So after that, everyone went completely mental and the account basically got shut down. And since then, so many TikToks have been made with people flagging up the new Kurt Mills, or like Kurt Mills keeps on making a new Instagram, and it's really hard to tell whether or not these are actually the authentic Kurt Mills, like the original, because now people are starting to troll the people that are actually concerned. Whether or not this is like Kurt Mills coming back or not, there's now videos of people at playgrounds and things, and I don't quite know whether or not that is people just baiting the people that are actually concerned or whatever. There's a lot of information about this over on the subreddit as well, but that is what I gathered. And this Kurt Mills person, the original Kurt Mills person, saved videos, like some of them were obviously basing, and then other ones that was just like kids doing normal things, and of course Wren appeared on several of it. Kurt used to comment on some of Wren, the stuff. It reconfirms what people are already knowing and what people are already saying when you then find an actual account that, keeps and posts all of these disgusting things. It is repulsive. It's disgusting. There's nothing more I can say that will just cement the fact that this shouldn't ever be a thing. It's disgusting. And unfortunately, the people who say like, oh, stop sexualizing a child, like no one thinks like that, like, oh no, let them wear whatever they want because it doesn't really matter, or oh, you're just letting them eat food, doesn't really matter. It's like these people had the most mundane things of kids just walking, or kids' feet, or kids swimming, or something that's like childlike, and they then spin it into something that's sexual. That isn't on us. That isn't on the rest of the people that are being concerned. This is on the fact that people, these sick people, get enjoyment out of watching these sort of things. This isn't something that we're trying to spin a narrative on. This is something that is proven, and it's disgusting. And it's the reason why people are so livid at Jacqueline for not recognizing this and taking it off. And the thing is, I think she does recognize it, but she just doesn't care. And I think any mother who will still put their child out and still dress them up like this, and still make them eat food on camera, and still make them perform, and like whatever, it's gross. It's gross. And she gets told this all the time, and her simple solution was just to take away the comments, and I think she's put like various different filters on it so you can't say certain things, which is better. It's better, of course, but that doesn't stop the fact that all of that content is still out there, and she's still making content that can be consumed in that sort of way. This is the problem. Anyway, I will keep on keeping my ear out for this kind of thing. Like I say, this topic is not for everyone, and usually my topics are not this, not all my topics are this sort of, gross, but sometimes I do need to make this, I do need to make this content, because it is massively important, and it's something that isn't really being talked about enough over here. So of course I'll keep on covering it. If there's any updates and all of that, and please let me know down in the comments exactly what you think of this whole situation as well. Make sure you go and join the Wren Eleanor subreddit as well, because they do a really, really good job over there. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day wherever you are in this world. Take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and I'll catch up with you guys in the next video.